how is it going, Trailblazers? So, I'm assuming that you clicked on this video because you're likely pretty curious about the potential rerun banners coming to Honkai Star Rail, and probably want to start planning out how you're going to spend your Stellar Jades so you don't miss your favorite unit, right? Well, you have definitely come across the perfect video to get all of this information, because today we're going to go over the upcoming rerun banners coming to the game between version 4.5 all the way to version 4.8. To give you the complete picture, we'll briefly go over the brand new characters arriving in each patch before moving on to the rerun banners expected to appear alongside them. But before we get into all of that, just keep in mind that this roadmap is still based on early information and projected banner schedules. So nothing here is officially confirmed yet, and things can still change before these updates actually release. With that out of the way, let's begin without wasting any more of your precious time. Starting off with version 4.5. This patch is already shaping up to be one of the biggest updates we've seen in quite some time. Phase 1 is expected to introduce Robin Summeretto, the brand new Wind Remembrance version of Robin. Unlike the original Robin, this version revolves around summoning up to 3 memo sprites that gradually build toward a powerful fever state. Once fully set up, she can significantly increase her team's overall damage while also dealing respectable damage herself, making her look like one of the strongest upcoming support characters. Then during Phase 2 we have Aventurin Waveflare. Instead of being an imaginary preservation sustain, Aventurin Waveflare becomes a quantum elation damage dealer. His gameplay revolves around punchline stacks, bouncing attacks, and a unique jackpot mechanic that allows him to rapidly chain together explosive turns. If his current beta kit remains mostly intact, he could easily become one of the most mechanically unique DPS characters released during the entire 4.x cycle. Now, let's get into the reruns. Phase 1 is currently expected to feature both Hyacinth and Evanesha. Starting with Hyacinth, she's honestly still one of the safest pulls in the entire game. Even after multiple patches, Hyacinth has remained one of the strongest premium support characters thanks to her incredible versatility. She fits into a massive variety of different team compositions, provides consistent value regardless of the content you're tackling, and unlike many older supports, she really hasn't shown many signs of being power-crept yet. If you skipped her original banner, this rerun could easily be one of the highest value opportunities to improve your account. Alongside her is Evanesha. Evanesha has also aged remarkably well. Despite the steady stream of new DPS characters arriving throughout the Plan Arcadia updates, she's continued performing at a very high level thanks to her excellent damage output and strong scaling. She's still more than capable of clearing every piece of endgame content comfortably, making her another rerun that's definitely worth considering if you're looking for a premium damage dealer. Then during Phase 2, we have Ash Vale alongside Acheron. Ash Vale remains an incredibly solid DPS that has held up surprisingly well despite all the competition introduced over the past several versions. While he may not be the absolute strongest damage dealer anymore, he's still an excellent choice for players who enjoy his playstyle. Then there's Acheron. Honestly, I don't think Acheron needs much introduction. Despite releasing quite a long time ago at this point, she's somehow managed to remain one of the strongest characters in Honkai Star Rail. Her ultimate-focused playstyle still deals absurd amounts of damage, and because she doesn't rely on traditional energy mechanics, she's continued aging much better than many other older DPS characters. Even now, Acheron comfortably clears Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction, and every other piece of difficult content the game has to offer. If you've somehow managed to skip Acheron until now, I'd honestly say she's probably one of the highest priority reruns currently expected on this roadmap. Next up, we have version 4.6. Compared to version 4.5, this patch is much smaller when it comes to new characters. The only brand new addition currently expected is Pearl. Pearl is currently rumored to be a wind elation character whose kit appears to revolve around providing shields while becoming stronger the more attacks your team performs. That naturally gives her excellent synergy with many of the newer elation characters currently being introduced, making her another potentially valuable support for that growing archetype. Now, let's move on to the reruns. Phase 1 is expected to feature Silver Wolf level 999. Silver Wolf level 999 has arguably become even stronger since her initial release. With Hoyoverse continuing to push the elation archetype through characters like Aventurin Waveflare, Pearl, and Nihilix, her overall value has only continued increasing. She already has fantastic synergy with several of these upcoming characters, making this rerun especially tempting for players planning to build elation-focused teams. If you're interested in investing into that playstyle, Silver Wolf level 999 is definitely one of the reruns I'd prioritize. Then during Phase 2 we have Mortonak's Blade. Mortonak's Blade remains one of the strongest defensive characters introduced during the Plan Arcadia storyline. His unique mechanics continue to feel incredibly satisfying. His damage output still competes with many newer DPS characters, and he remains a fantastic option for players looking to strengthen their account with another premium carry. Moving on to version 4.7. The headline character this time is Nihilix. Nihilix is currently expected to be a quantum elation hypercarry that revolves around skill point management and speed scaling. Based on the current leaks, she looks like another major addition to the rapidly expanding elation archetype and could potentially become one of its strongest damage dealers. Now on to the reruns. According to the current roadmap, Kafka is finally expected to receive another rerun. What's impressive about Kafka is just how well she's managed to age. Every single time Hoyoverse introduces new damage over time characters or additional dot support, Kafka immediately becomes relevant again. That's one of the biggest advantages of owning her. Rather than falling off over time, she continues getting stronger whenever new teammates are released. Because of that, Kafka still remains one of the safest long-term investments in the entire game, especially for players who enjoy dot teams. Alongside Kafka, we have Hyzelins. Hyzelins has continued performing extremely well since her release thanks to her incredible flexibility and utility. She's another character that comfortably fits into multiple different team compositions, and because of that, she's remained consistently valuable throughout the Plan Arcadia patches. Finally, let's move on to version 4.8. Without question, this is probably the patch that most players are looking forward to. According to current roadmap information, version 4.8 is expected to introduce the long-awaited Zenless Zone Zero collaboration. The collaboration characters are expected to be Ellen Zhou alongside Astra Yao. Although we still don't know exactly how either of them will function inside Honkai Star Rail, both characters have become incredibly popular within Zenless Zone Zero, making this collaboration one of the most anticipated events in the game's history. Now for the reruns. Version 4.8 is currently expected to feature Himeko Nova alongside Cypher. Himeko Nova established herself as one of the strongest Fire Air Edition DPS characters shortly after release, and honestly, I don't see that changing anytime soon. Her excellent AoE damage allows her to perform extremely well across multiple endgame modes, making her rerun especially attractive for anyone who decides to skip her debut banner. Then we have Cypher. Cypher has quietly remained one of the most reliable premium characters in the game. She may not generate as much discussion as some of the newer releases, but her flexibility and ability to fit into numerous different team compositions have allowed her to remain consistently relevant. If you value long-term account strength over simply chasing the newest DPS characters, Cypher is absolutely still worth considering. So that's pretty much the full projected rerun roadmap between version 4.5 to 4.8. If you found this breakdown helpful, Feel free to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Honkai Star Rail banner news and updates. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.